you think
Hillsong
of that
event.
Hillsong video? And do you think it makes sense that you can sing indoors in a big group in church, but not at an outdoor event?
No, I think, I was completely shocked last night to see that footage. And New South Wales Health was dealing with that last night, and I think I echo the frustration and anger that people right across the state felt. What has got us through the last 2 years has been the efforts and sacrifices that many have made to keep people safe. That means that many businesses have had to tailor the way they operate. Many people have had to change their behaviour to keep people safe. Now, we made those rules, and even if technically it was within the rules, it certainly wasn't in the spirit of the rules. Now, I understand that Hillsong are ensuring that that doesn't occur again, but I was incredibly disappointed. These rules aren't there for the sake of it. These rules are in place to keep people safe, and for the 99.95% of people who are doing the right thing, I think everyone would feel completely frustrated and shocked by what they saw last night. And we don't want to see that happen again. We've made it very clear, as Dr. Chant has just pointed out, in those settings, there is to be no singing and dancing. And there are many hospitality venues that have had to curb their operations in order to keep people safe as we move through this next period of time. So to see that last night, I was incredibly disappointed.
Premier, why would the police rule out a fine for it then if it was deemed by the Health Minister as a recreational facility and a breach of the health orders?
The authorities will work through that, and my view is if the legal teams believe that it was in breach of the public health order, then my expectation would be that a fine would be in place by the police force. But even if it is through a loophole, if we have to tighten loopholes, we will. But I don't want to do that, because that means it will capture a whole lot of other organisations that are doing the right thing. So the vast majority of people across our state are doing the right thing. They're following the rules to keep people safe. And this was an exception to what everybody else right across the state, the efforts, the sacrifices that people are making. And I'll take the advice in relation to the legal teams at New South Wales Health, and if they are in breach, which is what the information I've received from the Health Minister is, then a fine should be issued.
The Premier and the Prime Minister did this yesterday. Perhaps it's a good time for you to do it again today. COVID parties, then the concept of COVID parties, what would you say about that? If anyone's planning one of those this weekend?
Well, they should not be doing that. And we've made it very clear here in our state to minimise large household gatherings. In addition to that, as the Prime Minister clearly pointed out yesterday, there can be rates of reinfection. So anyone thinking that is a good idea is completely wrong. And once again, though, these are the exceptions. And what I'm very pleased about as Premier of our state is that 99% of people right across New South Wales are doing the right thing. It's those efforts, it's following the rules that are in place that have kept people safe during this entire pandemic. Now, from time to time, people do the wrong thing. But I say, if you're thinking about having one of those parties, don't have one. Follow the guidance that we have provided. And even outside of those parties, we've asked people to minimise household visitations, to minimise large household gatherings. And that's clearly the position we've taken. And in the main, I want to thank everybody for making the effort. And particularly at a time when it's summer, many people are on holidays right across the state at a difficult time. And many people, almost everyone, is adhering to those rules.